So I see it's working, so that's good news. Hello, everybody. Friends are back here today with another live stream, and we are just gonna be chilling out today. I don't have anything planned. Don't even have a clue. I was thinking about what to talk about, but that got shot out earlier tonight, so I don't remember what all I was gonna be talking about. Um, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I got to actually sit down. So I am hoping. Now, this is me up in the air. I haven't fully decided. I don't think I've told anyone. I really don't think so. But I may end up creating a second channel sometime in the future. I'll still be doing the same schedule on here, if anything. I'm not dead certain. It's an idea. It's just me gonna vent out some thoughts for a second on that. So, for for a few of you, you might notice that I've changed my name and things like that. On two, maybe three platforms. I may lean that way, and I'm not too certain just yet. But I felt like there needed to be a change. Um, for this channel, I'm not entirely certain on if I'm not gonna stop posting. I'm not gonna stop doing anything. I just may end up making a second channel and trying to stay better to a schedule, and it might be a little bit more heavy than how this channel is. Um, as I said, this is just an idea up in the air. I haven't committed to it. I haven't fully fleshed out everything. Um, there's another update. It's because I just heard it in the back. Um, I may or may not have ended up with a new cat now. So, those that personally know me, I have about six, usually seven cats. We got bumped down to six. We had a lot happen with some of the previous cats we've had. This one, I was at risk, or I worried that she was at risk of getting hurt. I'll be right back. If she lets me get her, of course. Now where are you at? I see you. Aw. Wanna play peekaboo? You wanna play peekaboo? Come on. She is a very introverted cat. Hey. So it takes me a minute on trying to get close to her and all. She's still very skittish, very terrified and all. But she is a sweetheart. Don't spook him. There you are. There you are, kitty. Okay. No, 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 don't freak out. Okay, you're safe. Um, it took me a minute in getting her. She is very skittish. She is very introverted. She's probably one of the most introverted cats that I have had now. So, I have been calling her Babels. Don't know why. I just call her that. I don't have an actual name for her. That's just what I've been calling her. She seems like she responds to it, so it might be a name that sticks. I'm not entirely confident. But there's that. So Sorry I don't have chat up right now. It's taking me a minute. I'm gonna turn my volume down. Okay. There we go. Now I have it up on my phone so I don't have to go back and forth. Um so this is Babels, if I can get her up. Come on, baby. This is Babels. She is very shy, but she's a sweet baby. And I could tell the light is not wanting to do what it should do, necessarily. But I'm not going to try and argue with that right now. But that's her. She is just. She's a sweet girl. She just had a time with noises and all that. So I don't know how spooked and all that she was prior to me getting her. But I will say in the parking lot, she had nearly got hit twice when I saw her. So I took her home. Not including the fact she also climbed up my car. But I took her home, so she's now here with me. And no luck with no one else adopting her. There's no shelters in my town or out of my town that was willing to take in cats. Not unless they medically need help. Which doesn't help my town has a cat problem. I would speak a lot on that, but I'm not going to. So I end up taking her with me, so she's living with me right now. And all last night she curled up with me, just purring and all. And like you see, I mean she chill. She can jump down anytime she wants to. She's just sitting here. And on top of that, when I had first brought her back, she had decided to climb onto my shoulder and just sit there. So she is a shoulder cat. And other than that, she's just sweet. Just very skittish. So I think she's wanting down. But she is a sweetheart. Do you want down? Or do you want down my lap, or do you want down down? You want down down. Okay. Come here. I got you. There you go, girl. But she's a sweetie. And like I said, I've only been calling her Babels. I haven't done anything or changed her name or anything yet. But other than that, and please don't mind me messing with my fingers. I have a time with texture, and I wanted to do something. So, those of you who don't know, I haven't been too openly with my channel. I am an aro ace, an aromantic asexual. I can go into a lot of things, but I am not going to open up that can of worms yet unless I want to actually sit down and do a video about it. Mic a little closer. I don't know how quiet I am or anything yet, but the white ring on my middle finger means aromantic. The black ring on my middle finger means asexual. And it's just a subtle way to let the community or let other people know who might be either one or on the spectrum. Just kind of a heads up, like, hey, I'm Aro Ace. And on top of that, just to give you a brief overview on what both terms mean. So both of them dive into their own spectrums. There are a lot within it. So I would say go do the research, go have fun with it. It's amazing. Ask questions. Aromantic means that I'm not romantically interested in anyone. Asexual means I'm not sexually interested in anyone. So me having the double A means I'm not romantically nor sexually interested in any individual. That I like to give clarity on the fact that that does not mean that I couldn't pursue relationships, but I also want to give clarity that I'm not even interested in any relationships, especially after past ones I've had. So, I'm not gonna go all into that because, like I said, those are stories, and I'm not putting those out on the internet. I don't want to. I'm not interested to. But I can, if a scenario calls for it, to sit there and tell you what I've learned in a case that is needed. But no case should ever be needed for that, unless I'm talking to someone one on one on a personal matter. So, like I said, I'm pretty much someone who's chill about stuff and all. So, I doubt it'd be a problem. I don't think anyone would really give a shit about it. But I just want to put that out there. So, other than that, that's just my clarity on the rings. I don't really have to give a reason, but I want it to. So every now and then, if I happen to be recording and you see me mess on my finger or something, I end up sometimes having texture issues. I think I had to get a size up on these, especially the one on my left. So every now and then I'll just be irritated. So you might see me be irritated with these because I can't actually wear full on rings. These are silicone rings. I found that I could actually wear these without scratching or prying at them or anything. And plus, I can just kind of move them up and down with them rolling. So they're not bad. It's taken me time to get used to, but you know. Also, don't mind that reflecting. That's my bag where I usually take my electronics and stuff like that in. That I usually keep on me. But other than that, I don't think it's important. There is something I want to try. I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be too interesting because knowing how tech issues are. But, you know. I'm sorry, I'm just over here messing with my stuff. Um, I want to see something. I'm gonna hate trying it out, but I'm gonna have to just for the sake of trying something. So, please forgive me. I'm gonna be on facecam for a moment. We're gonna see. This is why I'm hesitant, but hey, nothing wrong with that. I would love to play this if I can on a stream. Be great. I don't think it's gonna let me. Mm-hmm. I can tell without me having to move or anything, it's lagging. Hang on. I'm gonna actually move. We're gonna see. I don't think it will. I tried. I tried. I tried. I knew it. I knew it wouldn't run. Okay. Well, I tried it. But that's all I can do. I still have to set up the stuff on my other laptop. I need to do that. I'm so eager because I need to test it. I need to test it. So I haven't done OBS yet. I keep saying I will. This is second, third stream, whatever time. For me saying that, I will put OBS on there and actually try. So we're not playing that game tonight. We're not playing the librarian game that I really want to play. But I tried. That's all I can do. So, oh god, that reminded me. Actually, that reminds me of a different thing. Have any of you heard about Remothered Tormented Fathers? I don't think any of you have. I mean, I could do that. Where's my other camera? There's that. Remothered Tormented Fathers is a game, a horror game that give me a second. It's a horror game where you happen to go to this building. I don't know how to best describe it because it's one of those things where it's like, eh. But it is a horror game where you have to survive. You have to find your way out because you realize you can't get the hell out of that place. I I remember it to the point where I don't like it, and it's because of a few reasons. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna harp on to those reasons. Steam happened to be like, hey, here's a free game if you want. It's 100% off all the way with the discounts and all. Speaking of the Tell Me Why, first, second, and third, um, it's free right now during the entirety of the rest of the month of June. They have done that for at least 2 years in a row that I know. I snagged it last year. I still haven't played it yet, but it might be of interest. I know there was another game they had out. Give me a second. Um, so I usually keep up with Steam games that are 100% off. And it's not all the time, but every now and then you can snag some goodies. Yeah, those are the only three that are free for right now. But I snag some good things every now and then. So that one's free, or that was free, so I snagged it and said, sure, I'll play it. Yeah, so I remember despising the game because of the nuance that it caused me for the fact that you had to sit there and loop the enemy upstairs on the left side, downstairs to the far right side multiple times, essentially a figure eight, essentially, to be able to get enough distance to be able to go hide from him and win the various closets. I don't like that. But that's not the worst thing, Sure, I will do the time needed to do that. It's not going to be as gruesome. Oh, not gruesome. It's not going to be as tedious. That's the word. Um, is tedious or even more tedious when it comes to you find a tool, you can't interact with it until you find the objective to interact with that tool. However, your objective will change if you happen to interact with something else that needs a different tool. So if you go back for the tool you're wanting for the first thing, you ain't gonna be able to do it. Two, half the time I either can't find the objective that needs the right one, or B, I can't find the right tool for the objective. So memory has just shot out that game for me, which is why I'm gonna play it again. I haven't played it in three years maybe because I got really irritated with it. So play it again and see. But other than that, I know that I have remothered Broken Porcelain on the Switch, which would be the second game. It should not be connected to the first one, but I still want to play the first one so I can get into the second one. But that's just me. So, other than that, I know that I have been playing Ori and the Blind Forest, which is, of course, something I always go back to. I played the Definite Edition, and for whatever reason, Steam wouldn't let me download the normal edition. Or the normal version of it. Until lately. Which I've finally been able to do because I wanted to change up my Steam profile, and I was like, I would like to do the Ori game, and it's like, hey, you gotta have 2 hours in the base game. So not my how many hours I have in the other one. That's Will the Wisp. So not my 41 hours in the definite edition. Nah, you have to have 2 hours in the standard one, which it would be fine with because I would have played it, but I now have 2.3 hours in it, which I'm gonna be an idiot and try to get the achievements. I'm gonna try to do the no dying, no power up in 3 hours. I'm gonna do all 3 of those achievements at the same time. Which is gonna suck because I'm thinking about upping it instead of doing normal. I'm probably gonna do hard mode. I'm not gonna do the one life because apparently it won't count for the one life. But I'm gonna try to do hard mode on that, but we'll see. So I'm interested in seeing how that goes, but I don't know. But however, I'm really eager on how everything has come out so far. And even so, oh yeah, I forgot about Deltarune. I still haven't checked that one out. But yeah. I know that I got my Steam level up, so that's good. I want to get it up higher up if I can. And I've been working on badges and things like that because why not? Boredom rewards boredom at that point. Um, I haven't went thoroughly through the Steam sales. Really, the only ones that would capture my interest would be the Resident Evil stuff, but I've been collecting those on the Xbox, and I have won them on PlayStation. So I'm not entirely interested in the sales right now because there's nothing that really catches my eye, and you know, you know how that go. But other than that, if I happen to see anything, I've been trying to gather up a mixture of the cozy and horror games. The last few things I bought was Who's at a Door, which is a horror game. It's actually decent so far. It's not bad. I happened to play it while I was really overwhelmed by sound, which was a bad idea. But it's an interesting one so far. I played the librarian one, which I tried to load up. That did not work out well, as you could tell with the frozen stuff. Yeah. Um, I know those two I done. I also just messed around with The Man in the Park and The Man in the Park 2, just for fun. Oh, those are free. Those not anything you had to buy. They're just free games. Um, Other than that, I've been kind of just here there on things. I've been playing a bit of Shadow of Mordor to revisit it again, and it has been delightful. Um, I wanted to, and I know this is stupid, I wanted to actually try to go through all the stuff for fast mode. We're just talking about reaching prestige, and I'm not gonna give a shit about prestiging. Um, I want to at least go through the types of ghosts and get those done, but I don't know. If I would play with someone more regularly on that, then it would be good, but I am probably going to just see if I could solo some of that because I do want to get more comfortable in that game and see what all I can handle. Because, it's been a hot minute since I messed with horror games in the way that I want to, and I want to dabble back in that again. So, pretty much from there, I. And this is why I was trying to figure out if I need to start a second channel because then I can just, no matter what game it is, I'll just go through stuff and just take it as it goes, kind of thing. It's just a matter of editing and converting and be able to get it from there. So there's that. But I need to upgrade the SSD or the storage component, if I can speak, in that laptop to be able to actually do that. So what I'm probably gonna do, take off the games that I do have, which isn't much, and just do what I can and delete what I have as soon as I get it edited and all that stuff. Um, Hello, welcome in. Um, Other than that, it's just a matter of do I want to do that or do I want to try to keep it on this one because seeing you cause me yawn. Yeah, I don't know why I'm yawning, but I am. It's driving me crazy. So, but other than that, it's just a thought about making a second one. So, what I may do, especially because I have Tuesday off coming up. I don't have any plans with anyone. I don't have anything going on. I might just sit down and do that day of recording. Well, I'll probably go visit someone, but I'll do a day of recording, try to get it all fleshed out, and try and get as much done as I can because I said I wanted to, and I want to commit to it. And especially more so because I want to actually get more content out and focus more on the channel. I've been here, there, I've still been present, I've also been absent at the same time. I want to actually take the time to get this up and running again. I want to do a third upload. I'm restless. I want to do this so that way I can finally get on track with this while I'm doing my other stuff and get back to swinging things officially. I know I probably said it multiple times and other things, but I think I am actually ready. Now, YouTube being YouTube is a bitch, I'm gonna be honest. But I think it's time for us to get back on this. So, the games that I know I could be able to record, which I already had a live stream for FNAF 2. So, option A, I'm gonna have to continue FNAF 2 on a live stream, which would probably be the best bet. Option B, finish it out in videos and just throw in whatever else I have, because I still gotta finish up Will o' the Wisp, so I still got that game to finish. I have, I want to record Blind Forest. I want to record it. I've had issues with it. I had everything recorded on that, believe it or not, finished it. But I had audio issues. I don't think I ever explained it. I had audio issues. I wasn't going to try to re-record everything on top of it. So I'll probably do a fresh save on everything and just tell it all in one if I can. Other than that, I may just dabble here there on what all I need to do, because I know I want to do some achievement huntings on games that I've already played. And it's mostly just because I'm bored. So y'all gonna be in that with me, maybe, depending on what it is. Because I would do Shadow of Mordor, but I had issues trying to do any stream or anything with that. It just would not let me tab out the game. So I'm not going to see if it works. Last time I tried to record it, it would not record. It would actually just stop itself from recording. And as of how it stands, with that, achievement-wise, I got 39 out of 74, and it's just been a lovely playthrough again, so I haven't actively tried to do everything, but, you know. Let's see. I said Phasmo I would like to do. I don't think I'll be able to record it, but, you know, we'll figure that out. So that's kind of where I'm at right now and what I know. I want to play the Simulacra games. I don't know if I've ever recorded them on the channel. I don't know anything related to it. I don't think I did. I know Steroids Missing. I remember that game. But, like, Simulacra, I don't really remember. But yeah, I have, like, a few things kind of set up to what I want to do. Even if I wanted to go and play Minecraft if I wanted to. Which if I do, I'd probably place some of that on a realm, but it probably wouldn't include other people on the actual video. It'd probably just me doing bullshit and to see what little clips I snag from there, if anything. So that's not set in stone or anything like that. But oh, I love how there was a music video in my playlist. That's not supposed to be there. Okay, let's see. I could also play Observation Duty if I really wanted to. But yeah, there's all that I know is going on. So I'll figure out things. That's kind of just where I'm at. But like I said, Tuesday. I think I will go ahead and try to wrap up Will o' the Wisp. There's another reason why I want to specifically wrap up that one. Since I've started playing that game, I've had a lot of health issues, it seems, and a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna finish that game. So we're gonna go ahead and make that in there. And then we'll try to figure out everything as we go along. I want to get back into Subnautica, so I'll probably be playing some Subnautica, of course. And then I'll actually get back into, because I promised I would do Figment for the longest time. I promised I would do that, so I'm gonna do that as well. So it's just slowly getting there and back. So as it stands, this is just me rambling a little bit on it. Oh, and I got to play Iron Lung not too long ago, but I got to play some of it. So I got to actually finish that out, and I want to invest more time into stuff, but for how do I best describe it? So Iron Lung, of course, you know how it's a horror game that got turned into a movie from Markiplier being the director and actor and all that fun stuff. Um, for those who don't know about the game, you have a console in there which you see in the movie, which you can interact with and be able to find out what's going on. So key phrases and things. So you could search up SM8, SM13. Um, you could look up about two of the blood moons and find out more about the stuff that's happened. So you also get to know about Filament Station. Like it talks about Filament Station in there and what the entire thing is about when it comes to the convicts being sent down. I have 11.4 hours in there so far. But it talks about everything in there. So if you don't know lore wise, you have most of your stuff in there and it got configured into the movie. So you get to know more about the backstory and things like that. I still would like to see more from that universe. Like it'd be really cool to see another game take place on the other Blood Ocean. Or not Blood Ocean, Blood Moon. But still, I would love to see more about that, or if something more in that universe, if anything. But that's me. I really would be more inclined on figuring out more in that specific universe. I love, and I say this too, I love how the movie stays true to the game. You can't see anything. That's what is meant to be. You cannot see anything. The pressure, and as you see with glass breaking, spoiler, sorry, but there's pressure that builds up, which is one of the reasons that you don't have glass so far down. And on top of the fact that blood being thicker than water, and it can congeal and rust things, that overall creates more of an issue as to why you can't have glass. And not including the other stuff in the movie I'm not going to spoil about. But you can tell that there's a lot of care and detail that went into it based on what was already in the game. And even so, I want I really want to know more about the creatures that were in the ocean. That's something I would like to know. And it isn't one singular thing. And I also want to say this is but this is a fun thing because all these that you see are x-rays. These are all x-rays, so you're not seeing the full-on thing outside of it. You're seeing their bones. And I wonder, which of course all things will be different. How different would creatures on at 5 be compared to it being on the moon that you're on? Or if I have a switch, what would it be on the other one? But still, it's so interesting to see how that goes because I'm really curious on trying to understand what else can be going on there. Which of course there's the religious aspect too that goes on, but I'm not getting anywhere close to that. I'm not touching that subject. But between the game and the movie, you're not supposed to see what's going on the outside. Your only way of knowing is when Simon is up from the thing, so you can actually see through the glass once, twice, kind of thing. But you don't. there's not it's not meant for you to see outside it. It keeps that suspension. It keeps that mystery. That it keeps you lured in suspense because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's there. You don't know when you're suddenly gonna have to deal with the sub being attacked. Which is why it's so astounding with playing the game because you don't know and you're relying on the little lights that are in each cardinal direction on if you're close to something or not because you had to try and figure out how to map it with a map that you're given and gauge where you're going to go based on those coordinates and how you're going to get through there. And also, as you said in the comments, if you could imagine if you could see outside in spectator mode, that's when you would lose the thrill and all, and the suspense that keeps the audience there, which is sad, but it is true. And even so, it's really cool. It's really cool because when you actually see how they made the movie and all that, there's still magic to me. People like, hey, once you see how it's made, you lose its magic. No, it doesn't. It gives you a new appreciation, in my viewpoint. But imagine seeing the whole movie made, in that perspective though, like as a different way compared to how it actually is. Like you had the movie, that's the relief. Let now have a director's cut where it shows everything outside it for like the whole movie duration or for the main sections of anything. And imagine that. But I don't know. It's amazing because it's so cool to get into and do. And timing on that. Timing on that because Project Hail Mary. Rocky, the famous rock, the famous alien rock, I should say, that's sentient, that's alive. Um that's an actual puppet. That was not CGI. They actually went through and done the puppeteering and all, which is amazing. Because a lot of stuff you see nowadays is damn CGI. But the fact they actually done that for Rocky, shit. But like I love that, and of course there's a ship between Simon and Grace. Most time, from what I've seen, it's adorable. It's cute. Um, but here's what got me. When I watched Iron Lung when it came out, I was scrolling on Instagram. I was scrolling on TikTok. You know what fan art I seen? You know what fan art that really got me? I'm gonna dive into a section here. If you remember NASA sending a dog up to space named Laika, so they could figure out they could safely send a creature to space, and they had cameras so you could actually see Laika. People actually rallied to be able to bring the dog back. She never got to come back. It was a one-way travel. They never intended for her to come back, despite the fact that they have claimed to the public that they would. So when it came to the fact that this came out, that Iron Lung came out and Simon, spoiler, very big spoiler, Simon does not live. Laika ended up passing as well. So people when they made fan art made it with Simon and Laika. And it was Saints one-way travel. Saints one-way tickets, like, and that fucking killed me. That killed me because of the fact that like I remember Laika. Anything that comes up, I'm always invested, but I'm also upset about that happening. And oh no. But and I'm gonna go back and reread those messages, by the way. But that killed me. That fucking killed me because I probably sat there more times out of 10. And it doesn't help that like once you like something, it just goes and shows you the same things. So I was just crying over this because I was just like, this so is comforting, but it's sad. And I was just like, ain't no way I'm about to be tormented by this. And I was thoroughly tormented by that. But it also doesn't help that even with a Project Hail Mary, they start roping Grace into that. They started roping in another animal. I don't know if you know about this. This one wasn't directly by NASA, I don't think. I think it was by the French government, if I'm not mistaken. It was a cat named Felicite. Felicite didn't actually have a name. Fun fact. Um, hey kitty cat. Felicite didn't have a name. And, they ended up taking this cat and putting him into space and all. But they brought the cat back. But when they brought the cat back, they had to put the cat down because the overall study was seeing how space would affect the brain, how it would affect the body. So they brought the cat back to see how it affects them, how it affects animals and all, because it would. Felicity was the test subject. So when I seen more between Grace being included, then they roped in Felicity. And it didn't help that when I went down the rabbit hole in the first place with Leica and Felicity, I'd see fan art with them. And I'd see actual people having actual tattoos centered around them. And I was just like, oh dear God. Already, so I went down this rabbit hole once and it broke me. I didn't need a second time, but it happened a second time. Babels! 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 She's exploring. Hey, Babels! Hi, Babels! Hi there, kitty cat! But, hello, welcome in. So pretty much, you wanted to watch my ass get wrecked? You give me fan art of Iron Lung, Project Hail Mary, and Leica Felicite. I will cry every time. I will cry every time because she's doing okay. She's doing okay. She was actually just over here, like in front of this light, and she just walked on over there. So I'm watching her. Kitty cat. No, sorry, my brain's on Felicity right now. Other than that, you can rewind and see we was talking about the cat they sent up in space, which is Felicity, dog they sent up in space, which is Leica, and the fact that they put both of them or one of them into whenever Iron Lung got. Hey, he shipped like Noah did to his ark in the animals. You ain't wrong. You are not wrong. They have a cute ship, okay? Like, let me have it, okay? It's adorable. And plus, they also get to work with each other's trauma and be able to bounce off, back and forth just to chill out and be able to. I also ate not that long ago, so it's going to take me a moment to speak. Um, that way they help each other heal and how to progress from there. They get to calm each other down and all. Like it's very comforting. It's sweet and it's nice. Not including the fact that there are cute, even more cute moments. I will not get into those. Nothing too much, I promise. But yeah, good reading. But oh yeah, so I'm gonna go back. I just need the outside footage of the movie and just be able to hear the cut out part of the movie, like the bloopers in the movie. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Also, remember that thing malfunctioned, so it overheated and not long after takeoff. That too, the malfunctioning of it. But Babels, Babels, you're playing with a ribbon. Oh, you're playing with a ribbon. She's playing with a purple ribbon. I'm not gonna go get her. I would turn the camera around, but my room is filthy. I am struggling with motivation to clean. and it is a problem. But we're not gonna get into it. Um, so besides that, I tried to load up the librarian game. That's not gonna happen unless I probably play it on the other laptop. But we're not doing that. So, because I would have to stop the stream, I have to set up everything on that one, and then turn around and see if I could have everything downloaded, have my progress saved, so on and so forth. There's a lot of shit. I don't feel like dealing with it. Also, doesn't help that my wrist is still messed up from last night. So, yay. Which, I'm gonna give my wrist a break from that. That was a mistake on taking that off. And I'm sorry about the Velcro. I just realized that would have picked up. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. But I'm gonna cover my wrist back. My wrist is messed up. My wrist, sometimes both of my wrists are messed up. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. So, this one acts up, and it's usually because of a piece in here, which causes carpal tunnel. So both my wrists are prone for carpal tunnel. Great. It's lovely. So this one, it decided to act up starting last night, ramped up about sometime after 3 o'clock in the morning. And then decided that for the remainder of my day of being awake, it was going to be a pain in the ass. Guess what? Because of my stubbornness, I still decided to play a game with it on. So, then I had to be like, well, I gotta go to work. So, done it through work, and I gave myself a break once, and that thing came back tenfold on that. And pretty much, I'm just gonna give it a break now because I have all the little fun indentions of that stuff being on my wrist for a good chunk of time. I'm trying not to turn it too much because that's when it's gonna go bleh. But you should hear how loud my knee braces are. Oh boy, which reminds me, I need to put a patch on my left knee. And it doesn't help that I'm not sitting normally. And I know y'all didn't see it because the light reflects off my skin like a vampire. But it's that indentation is not fun. But yeah. So when I get off stream, you know what my stubborn ass is gonna be doing? Playing a game. Because you know why? I don't learn. And plus, I want to play a game. And it's sorting books in a library. It's funny me that I'm paler than you now. Yeah, I don't like that you're paler than me now because usually I'm the pale one and I get sunburned. So I would be able to be like, hey, let me have the sunburn, please, so you don't get sunburned. And now you're paler than me, which means you're gonna have more sunburn than my ass. Nah, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Also, I want to see this. Angela Sawyer like Lover. Hey, asshole. Now listen here. I have bookshelves. I can't put everything I ever own on a bookshelf, okay? I can't do that. Besides, I want to see something. Oh, it doesn't. I was gonna say, let the light blind you, but you can kind of see. Oh god, I'm still reflecting light. But you can kind of see. I shouldn't have done that. I'm trying to show the thing. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to let my wrist breathe. I shouldn't turn it. I shouldn't turn it. I should not turn it. God. Hi, hey, it's gonna take me just a second because my wrist decided to flare up again, and I just wanted to be able to breathe. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. Ow. Oh, dang a ghost. Yeah, go one-handed. I'm pale because I don't go out in the sun because I'm outside of the family health risk. Vitamin D. I'm keeping my thoughts to myself because I can't make certain jokes. Well, I can, but I don't think I have to say it. I don't think I have to say it. I think we all know. I'm being a child, I'm being immature. Don't blame me. Blame my brain. Person likes pain. I can't. I don't like the pain. I'm not a masochist. I'm not Markiplier. I don't want to see how much my body can take after being tased twice. Which one of those videos you cannot find anymore because it was on the redacted channel that no longer exists. But he also has been pepper sprayed. So pepper sprayed, tased twice. What else has this motherfucker done? I need to know. But that's 3 that I can list on top of my head. And as far as I know, it's 1, 2, 3, you're out. Is 1, 2, 3 marks a masochist. So that's my viewpoint. Meanwhile, there's me. Yeah, sounds alright. You're the Grace, pain the Simon audience is Rocky. the No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna be on my best behavior. This will be the one time that I will actually call myself an angel because I never specified I was a nice angel. I never said that. I never specified that I was a good angel. I'll actually be an angel this time and just. So, other than that, I forgot what topic I was on. But hey, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, this was great when it came to when it came to Project Hail Mary and Iron Lung. I love that ship. I don't need to love that ship, but I love that ship. I tried so hard not to fall in love with that, but damn it, I did. Had me in a damn chokehold on that shit, apparently. But hey. Anyways, I was talking about Markiplier being a masochist. Yeah. Um. This March, sweetie, you need to take care of yourself. You don't. Actually, he posted a video earlier that he was sick on his birthday, and I hope that he gets well. I don't think he'd watch anything I ever say or do. So, but yeah. In all seriousness, feel better. I don't know. I still have one sleeve up. It's bothering me. I have one sleeve up. Feel better, and everyone take care of yourself too. Yeah, I saw the notification. I haven't even looked at it. I saw the name and I went, oh shit, he's sick again. And I went, oh, I hope he ain't in a hospital. And I went, okay, he's not in a hospital. I don't see anything in the hospital. Stay out of the hospital, Mark. They already have a room with your nameplate on it. They don't need you to come back. But fun. So other than that, I gotta read the book. I got to read the book. I haven't even started reading the book yet. So I can't show that book on camera. That's a no-no book. You know why it's called a no-no book? Because it starts with a Y and ends with an I. It also may have something in between. Which is nope. No. I said I was gonna be nice. Soon didn't see the video, but wow. But I can show this book on camera. I bought it. I bought it. My wrist hurts. I bought it. I spelled noise. Let's see about that. Let's see about that. But I am eager because also when they had these, they had it where it was slowly talking about it, like soon to be in movie picture, and then they had it where Ryan Gosling was on the front and said now in movie picture. I got the one before because I like this. I like how this looks. This looks cool. So I haven't read it yet. I plan on reading it. I still got to read Jurassic Park. It gave me the option. Yeah. Yeah. So certain words, if they may be deemed inappropriate, may come up where only I or someone else can view them. Me or a mod. Like what you said. So it's gotta be approved, but it doesn't mean we can't see it. So it just means that everyone else can't see it unless it gets approved. Just like if someone says a specific word, which I had to deal with the outfall of that. But hee. I'm so eager about it though, because it's. And it has Rocky in here. It's so cool. Ooh. And it puts Rockies in like in a different, I wouldn't call it italic, but it's kind of like the font similar to italic for some of this. So, I do apologize. But, you're good. You're good. I promise. Head pats. Head pats. You're doing good. You're doing your best. I am proud of you. I don't think I had to say much more on that, but I am proud of you. You're doing good. You're doing great, sweetie. Wait, Project Hail Mary about that one guy stuck in outer space with the other creator, with that other creator too. Project Hail Mary is about the guy that got sent up to space. It's supposed to be a team mission to go and find out about atrophagy. What is killing the stars? What is going on? Why are they traveling to another planet? Why is there a atrophagy red line, the red line that everyone talks about? They had to find out why it's not affecting a specific star compared to all the other ones being infected. The creature, thank you for the correction, the creature that meet up with is Rocky. Which, you already know a little bit about. They have to decide if they're gonna team up and deal with the problem, or if they want to not deal with the problem. I'm gonna leave it like that. But pretty much, it's from there. I have the movie on a way that you can watch it. You have to let me know on when to set it up. I'll play it in the Discord. Because I still have it pulled up because you haven't watched it yet. So I can leave it on autoplay and go mess with something while you watch it or something like that. So that's entirely up to you. I still have it up for that sole purpose because you haven't got to watch it yet. So that's why I haven't said anything else yet, because I've been meaning to reconnect with you to know, like, hey, when would you want to watch that? I can set it up, because even if I don't stay or something, or if you need a break, you can let me know. I rewind it for like a couple minutes or so, or something like that. Stuff like that. But, gotcha. Because, like I said, I can always set it up and be able to have it playing, like I said, while I do something else. Or I can sleep and then just have it playing. So, I mean, there's always that. I just need to make sure it's when you're ready, because you might want to have it another night where you have snacks and things like that. So I'm leaving all that in control in your hands. Um, because the only thing I have to worry about is if I'm working, and usually if I'm working, I get out later and all that fun stuff. But usually, I just not a problem. So there's that. Um, Other than that, like I said, I'm debating on making a second channel, but I'm not certain. I kind of want to get this one more up and change up my rhythm and things like that on here. I'm not exactly too set on it yet. So it was up in the air when I started about with streaming, and I have forgotten everything I was going to talk about, but so be it. Other than that, I still have my own goals in mind. I need to go check out your message. Let me do that for a second, too. Okay, it may take me more than a second. Okay, I'm going back to the stream, guys. It's a long message. It's not as long as you think it is. That's the thing. It's not as long as you think it is. It's not bad. I promise. It's already 11:37. I'm gonna stream it for an hour. That wasn't expecting that. Anywho. Also, watch how when I sent that message, autocorrect messed me up. Watch how that happened. And I'm having texture issue with my left finger. That ring's coming off. But yeah. So, besides that, hang on. Okay. By the way, y'all have a leaderboard thing. I forget that that's a thing. Um, it's probably well, I could set up a bot and y'all could do commands and things. I don't know if I have a cooldown set for it or anything. I could do that if y'all want me to, if I could figure out what bot to use again, because I think it was a night bot I could also use as well, but I don't know. I'd have to figure all that out again. Y'all just have to let me know like what commands and things y'all want. So there's that. But other than that, that's just kind of what my brain's like. Plus doesn't help I'm sleep deprived. You might see more of me sleep deprived at this point, which probably works better. But who knows? I'm bad about sleep. I'm bad about sleeping when I do sleep. Don't be like me and pass out for over 12 hours and then see everyone spamming your phone to a point where they show up to your house questioning if you're dead or not. That has happened. Not including the amount of bullshit where when they don't show up to my house and them being online and all that. The amount of times people genuinely think I'm fucking dead. I'm not dead. I don't easily die. Everything in my life can tell you I'm not easily killable, which is astounding. I'm not gonna say the other part out loud. Wednesdays of 14 hours. See, it's normal at times to sleep for a long period of time. Not always, but see, it's okay. It really is okay. But every time it happens, something insane happens. And I'm sitting there like, what did I miss? What war crime got committed? Like, what happened? So, I don't know. It's just interesting. It's odd. Other than that, like I said, I could be reading this. And I'm excited about it. I would say if y'all really wanted me to, I could try to sit here and read. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I will butcher it. I want to read it, but I'm going to butcher this if I read it out loud. You're gonna see me have a stroke if I do that. Not including that I'd have to set a camera down so y'all could actually see it, which probably isn't gonna work in the best way it should. But I gotta read this book. I gotta read Jurassic Park. Because I had the Jurassic Park book somewhere over there. I think I have an. Is it a special edition one? Hang on, give me a second. But yeah, I got a lot of things I got to. I wouldn't really call it a special edition book, but it is a cool looking one. This one, and it has the materials and all. And my body is trying to kill me, but but yeah. So well, the movies will be based off the book, not the book based off the movie. Just to bring that up. Because unless it is a whole different thing, but yeah, it goes in stuff. And I want to be able to sit here and actually read it because I have not messed with any of this because I keep saying I would. And how many? Oh, that's not bad. It's okay. I'm not judgy. I'm not anything like that. I misspeak because I put words in front of areas that shouldn't be, or I switch them completely, or combine them. Y'all witnessed it. I don't think anyone here. Oh, I hate some yawning. I hate yawning. Yawning is a pain in the ass. But yeah, y'all have seen me struggle. I don't think anyone's seen me struggle in a video or a live stream yet. But I don't know. There's probably things y'all could pull up in the past that I've forgotten about. But yeah, I want to actually read it, so I'm gonna see if I get time to read, or like I said, I'll probably sit here and just do what I can. But that's probably not gonna be right now. So this talks about the engine, which is the ones that started the shit. Oh, there's only 2 pages. The late 20th century has witnessed a scientific gold rush of astonishing proportions, the headlong and furious haste to commercialize genetic engineering. The enterprise has proceeded so rapidly with so little outside commentary that its dimensions and implications are hardly understood at all. Biotechnology promises, I'm going to read these 2 pages. the greatest revolution in human history. By the end of this decade, it will have outdistanced atomic power and computers in its effects in our everyday lives. In the words of one observer, biotechnology is going to transform every aspect of human life: our medical care, our food, our health, our entertainment, our very bodies. Nothing will ever be the same again. It's really going to change the face of the planet. But the biotechnology revolution differs in three important respects from past scientific transformations. First, it is broad based. America has entered the atomic age through the work of a single research institution at Los Alamos. It entered the computer age. If I could speak, it would be great. It entered the computer age through the efforts of about a dozen companies, but biotechnology research is now carried out in more than 2,000 laboratories in America alone. 500 corporations spend $5 billion a year on this technology. Second, much of the research is thoughtless or frivolous. Efforts to engineer paler trout for better visibility in the stream, square trees for easier lumbering, and injectable scent cells so you always have to smell your favorite perfume may seem like a joke, but they are not. Indeed, the fact that biotechnology can be applied to the industries traditionally subject to the vagaries vagaries of fashion, such as cosmetics and leisure activities, heightens concerns about whimsical use of this powerful new technology. Third, kitty cats and so on. Third, the work is uncontrolled. No one supervises it. No federal laws regulate it. There's no coherent government policy in America or anywhere else in the world. And because the products, the biotechnology range from drugs to farm crops to artificial snow, an intelligent policy is difficult, but most disturbing is the fact that there are no watchdogs found among scientists themselves. And I lied, it's not 2 pages, it's 3. It is remarkable that every scientist in genetics research is also engaged in the commerce of biotechnology. There are no detached observers. Everybody has a stake. The commercialization of molecular biology is the most stunning ethical event in the history of science, and it has happened with astonishing speed. For 400 years since Galileo, science has always proceeded as a free and open inquiry into the workings of nature. Scientists have always ignored national boundaries, holding themselves above the transitory concerns of politics and even wars. Scientists have always rebelled against secrecy in research and even frowned on the idea of patenting their discoveries, seeing themselves as working to the benefit of all mankind. And for many generations, the discoveries of scientists did indeed have a peculiarly selfless quality. You could tell I don't read out loud. When in 1952, two young researchers in England, James Watson and Francis Crick, I feel like this is about to turn into Sherlock Holmes kind of shit for that. Deciphered the structure of DNA. Their work was hailed as a triumph of the human spirit, the centuries-old quest to understand the universe in a scientific way. It was confidentially expected that the discovery would be selflessly extended to the greater benefit of mankind. Yet that did not happen. 30 years later, nearly all of Watson and Crick's scientific colleagues were engaged in another sort of enterprise entirely, researching molecular, there we go, somewhat, not molecular, I'm not going to say it again. Genetics have become a vast multi-billion-dollar commercial undertaking, and its origins can be traced not to 1953, but to April 1976. Or 1953, if I didn't say it right. But that was the date of a now famous meeting in which Robert Swanson. Okay, can we stop throwing in names, because there's a name in another sentence now. A venture capitalist approached Herbert Boyer, a biochemist at the University of California. The two men agreed to found a commercial company to exploit Boyer's gene splicing techniques. The new company, Genentech, about said a different word, quickly became the largest and most successful of the genetic engineering startups. Suddenly, it seemed as if everyone wanted to become rich. Capitalism. New companies were announced almost weekly, and scientists flocked to exploit genetic research. By 1986, at least 362 scientists, including 64 in the National Academy, sat on the advisory boards of biotech firms. The numbers of those who held equity positions or consult the hell am I saying? Consultancies. That's the first I've seen that word, so that's going to throw me for a loop. Was several times greater. It is necessary to emphasize how significant the shift in attitude actually was. In the past, pure scientists took a snobbish view of business. They saw the pursuit of money as intellectually uninteresting, suited to only shopkeepers. And we're on the last page. Painfully slow. And to do research for industry, even at a prestigious Bell or IBM labs, was only for those who couldn't get a university appointment. Thus, the attitude of pure scientists was fundamentally critical towards the work of applied scientists and to industry in general. The long-standing antagonism kept university scientists free of contaminating industry ties, and whenever debate arose about technological matters, disinterested scientists were available to discuss the issues at the highest levels, but that was no longer true. There are very few molecular. I will struggle with this word today in my days. Molecular? Molecular. There we go. Y'all gonna hold it above my head. I can't say molecular easily, apparently. Very few research institutions without commercial affiliations. The old days are gone. Genetic research continues at a more furious pace than ever, but what is done in secret and in haste and for profit? Wobbly speech. You're damn right. In this commercial climate, it is probably inevitable that a company as ambitious as International Genetic Technologies, Jesus fucking Christ, and Corporation of Palo Alto, why is it a long name? Why is it a long name? Would arise. It is equally unsurprising that the genetic crisis it created should go unreported. After all, Engine's research was conducted in secret. The actual incident occurred in the most remote region of Central America, and fewer than 20 people were there to witness it. Of those, only a handful survived. Even at the end, when International Genetic Technologies filed for Chapter 11 protection in the United States Bankruptcy Court in San Francisco on October 5th, 1989, Jesus Christ, why is this too specific? The proceedings drew little press attention. It appeared so ordinary. Engine was the third small American bioengineering company that failed that year, and the 7/6/1986. Few court documents were made public since the creditors were Japanese investment consortia such as, sorry if I butcher it, Hamaguri and Densaka, companies which traditionally shun publicity. To avoid necessary disclosure, Daniel Ross of Cohen and Cohen Swan and Ross, counsel for Engine, also represented Japanese investors in the rather unusual petition of the vice consul of Costa Rica. Sorry, that was harsh. Was heard behind closed doors. Thus, it is not surprising that within a month the problems of Engine were quietly and amicably settled. Parties to that settlement, including the Distinguished Scientific Board of Advisors, signed a non-disclosure agreement, and no one was to speak about what happened, but many of the principal figures in the Engine incident are now signatories and were willing to discuss the remarkable events leading up to those two those final 2 days in August 1989 on a remote island off the west coast of Costa Rica. Hey, we might finally be going to the island, Isla Nublar. But that's how long it took me to get through 3 pages. Do y'all want me to read more? Do y'all want me to read more with probably 50 words that I can't say? Because I'm about to call whoever Gutierrez, whoever Mr. G. I'm about to call him that. Because if I can't say it, I'm not going to say it. No. That is going to be a pain if I'm actually going to have to read this book. If I had to read this shit out loud, good luck. And I'm not going to insult the book. It may sound like I'm insulting it. I'm not insulting it. I'm just insulting myself. I want to make that clear. I just cannot. If you want to, Lord, I don't mind. Granted, it doesn't help that it's a lot of info thrown at you the first 3 pages. That's the problem. That's the problem. So much information. Do you know what my ass does? I don't think I have it anymore. Actually, the bookmark that you gifted me is in another book. You know what book that bookmark is in? For one of the two that's sitting in chat, you know what book that bookmark is in. So I'm gonna take a ring and put it in the book. Because I'm gonna show you exactly what I do. And that's if the book is up here. It should be. It is. So, and that's if my sticky notes and all that are still there anymore. I think I got rid of them. No, I didn't. No, I did. So this is a book about Ireland. This is called For Love of Ireland, a companion actually by an Irish author. So I had a lot of sticky notes. I took out a lot. Purple cloud. Do you remember the bookmark you got me? That's why. That's why, cause I would. But okay, I'm gonna take this out. But I'm gonna flick through some of this. You already saw one. But I usually write on the sticky notes. That's not including I have a journal for this one book. I write information a lot. I shouldn't, but I do. So, this one I took out a bunch of my sticky notes to write into a journal instead of it just being within the book. So, that's usually what it is. If I need to, I will do it for the Jurassic Park book. So, I could do that. Plus, I'm gonna brag a little bit about this book. I'm gonna brag a little bit. So, this actually opens up with a timeline about stuff that's happened. So, you have it all the way from 3500 BC. And if you know what happens about St. Patrick's Day or St. Patty's Day, will be the day when he comes in, drives all the snakes out of Ireland, kind of thing. Anyways, and plus it has its own little things that you can have as a bookmark in it, so I like that. You see, it's a tale of Emily Windsnap. Don't know why it's on my mind. Yep. all pagans out of Ireland, but they want to call them. They want to say snakes. I hate it. Let's go with serious stuff. I'm sure at least glance at it so that way I can find more information about it and check it out. Okay, I would do that. But yeah, it talks about a bunch of the stuff in the timeline, and then it actually goes into the stuff that went on. And of course, it gives a lovely insight to Ireland as well. So, like, here's this. It includes Did You Know? And I like to leave the sticky notes on some of these. Homosexuality was accepted by Celtic society as long as both parties were not married. Under Brehon law, as a cat is tearing up something in the background, it could be used as grounds for divorce, as could impotence, I can't speak now, theft, or telling details about your sex life. That was one. And I like looking at stuff like that because it's interesting. But that was one interesting thing. Let's see. I want to find something else. But yeah. Hey, it'd be awesome to visit. I'd be happy on visiting either one. Oh. By the 1900s, the Irish language was no longer widely used in Ireland to drive support for the nationalist cause and to separate the Irish from the British. Nationalists began a Gaelic revival. Different organizations were set up to promote the Irish language, culture, and sport. Though the cultural and sports organizations became popular, the Irish language remained in decline. And also, a fun fact, how do you spell organizations? Do y'all spell it with a Z, like zebra? Do y'all spell it with a different letter? Do y'all spell it with an S or anything? I just want to point this out because this is unique. I think all of us that are currently here within this time frame spell it with a Z. The reason why I say that is because in this book, when they say organizations, and it's just a ever so slight letter change, and I just moved my finger just right where I triggered my wrist. Ow! You're going back on. You're going back on. I'm not gonna fight that. They spell organizations within this book with an S. So instead of where your letter Z would be in the word, they spell it with an S. And sorry, I had to put that thing back on. You know how you can feel something and it feels like it popped? Yeah, this is staying on for the rest of my night. Unless I go to sleep. Ow. I don't. God, getting me use bookmarks. That's not happening. You know what the bookmark you gave me is? You know what book it's in. We talked about this book. I'm not using a bookmark because I don't want to use a bookmark right now, okay? Especially when I'm temporarily using, you know. So, I want to show you if it can focus real quick. There we go. Organanisation, where that S would be a Z. for how we would spell organizations. Yeah, I just fucked up my wrist again. I somehow moved my pinky just right, where what it is in here, it like snapped but moved, and it moved back where it done the little wood wood. Lovely, it's great, it's amazing. And please don't hurt yourself. Please don't hurt your hip. Please be okay. Please take care of yourself. Okay? Please. Because I don't take care of myself. And I really don't have the energy to do so. But sadly, I'm forced to against my will because I had to keep up the promises. There may or may not be threats in those. But hey. But yeah. Oh boy. Please be careful. Please tell me you have a way to have pain management for that. I don't want you actually getting hurt. Even though I know it hurts. Please don't hurt yourself. Please be careful. I want you to be okay. Do you want another random fun fact? Dublin, Ireland, is the only city in the world to have produced 3 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize for Literature. And besides, hey Chloe, this is a bookmark attached to the book that is used specifically for this book. Yes, I'm being an asshole on that one. But no, this one actually comes with its own bookmark. So the other ones is what I need bookmarks for, and I just refuse to use bookmarks. But because one, sometimes I lose them. Two, the one you gave me that I was thinking about actually using for this book, the Jurassic Park book that I have my finger on right now, isn't a whole different book that I was making a joke about earlier that I cannot show on camera. That's why. That's why I can't show that book. Plus, I don't want to lose my place in it. I don't want to lose my place in that book. Because I would read it. But the problem is I can't show it on camera. YouTube terms and services would not allow me to be able to show a very inappropriate thing that I would have right here in my hand, but you can't see it because I can't have it on camera. That's good, but still, I want you to be careful, okay, Ann? Please? I know there's probably not a best way of doing that, but I still want you to be careful, okay? I can't stop yawning. I hate yawning. Yawning's bad. Do y'all actually want me to read this? Do y'all actually want me to read this? Or do y'all want me to make a video and I try to have a camera where you can see the words? So it'll be like a read along of that while I'm reading over it. The tropical rain fell in drenching sheets, hammering the hammering the corrugated roof of the clinic building, roaring down the metal gutters. I butchered that word for a moment, splashing on the ground in a torrent. Roberta Carter sighed and stared out the window. If you want me to try that, I'll butcher it. You're just gonna have my first time reading it be that. But like, if you want me to do it, I don't know if you actually want me to or not. Like, So what part of the stream are you at, hon? Are you like you don't like the reading? You don't like the reading? Well, what's up? Okay, that's what I want to make sure. You're responding to them. That's what I want to make sure. I had to agree. Please be safe. Please, absolutely be safe. Whew. I still feel like either. Hey. Oh well. Oh boy. But yeah, if y'all ever want me to do like a first like reaction and reading of this, then I can. Otherwise, it's just best to let me like read and then come back to you on how I enjoyed or something. Um. But yeah, that's what it is. Oh hey, it's 12:11 and we have been streaming for an hour and 35 minutes. And that's why you get more. Um. Okay. My brain stopped, but okay. That's up for me is when you feel your head needs to crack and it's over. Yeah, I would crack my spine if I could. Because I know how it is where something needs to crack, you want it to crack, and it doesn't crack because it wants to be a pain. Because it's like, no, we don't want it. You know, hurting. I also had to give you your button, Chloe. What I can do. Y'all just gonna wear a button now. Y'all just gonna have a button. And we're just gonna have it right here. There you go. You now have a button. You now have a button. You don't need to know what's on the button. You don't need to know what's on the button by any means. Damn. Like, dang. No bloopers. I really wish I was able to play the librarian game. It'd be great. It just sadly not gonna happen on this computer. But other than that, I may get ready to crash tonight. I may actually be able to get to sleep, which I'd be surprised about because that's not normal. Oh, I need to take my necklace off. But other than that, sorry, I'm just reading chat. Okay. I know you're gonna fight trying to stay up or anything. Plus, I messed up my wrist, so I can't do much tonight, anyways. I would try to do the diamond art stuff, but like if I turn my wrist ever so slightly or something, it's not gonna work. So what I'm gonna do eventually I'm gonna get caught up on thumbnails if I ever do for the channel. It'd be great. Um, I want to, however. So I have like little mini diamond art stuff. If y'all want me to do that, I can do the little mini ones, but I want to see this. Oh dear God. Okay. I bet you everything could be in here. Okay. What is this? We'll check that out in a moment. That's bigger than the cat. Ow. My wrist still hurts. That's bigger than the cat. It's a wolf. What y'all think? Why is there a big one? Why is there that? Because that's what has my attention. It folds up into itself. I want to see something. Oh! I want to see this. Hang on. No, I thought I saw it. I did. There's different ones. There's different. These are bigger. That's why it had the weird. It has my normal size ones in here, but because it had the no, it doesn't have the thing for it. So these are bigger that go in this little section. Why? Oh, it's supposed to be feathers. These are supposed to be like little feathers right here. Okay, I understand it now. But yeah. How would y'all feel on me sitting down doing that for a little while? Not tonight, of course, but you know what I mean. Nice. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. And this is just instructions. It's instructions in English, French, and Spanish. Bye-bye instructions, because I don't fucking need instructions. But yeah. But yeah, diamond art. If y'all be interested in me doing that one. Because, that one's the wolf one. And I still have a bunch of like little ones. I'm not gonna try to open that. I felt my wrist when I do my wrist. I have a bunch of like little small ones I can also do. So even if I don't feel like doing large ones, or if y'all are not up for doing the large ones, I can always pull out a small one to do. So I have that. I have the wolf. I have the big one right here. This whole thing. So yeah. If y'all are ever interested, this is my shit. So, please, Nap, go. I want to show y'all that so we can maybe talk about what I could do next, okay? That's what I want to make sure, okay? I just want to let you know, okay? That's all. we love you. So as appreciation queen night night. You don't get to tell me to go my ass to bed. Because I had to do an outro. I had to shut things down for me to go to bed. I had to turn lights off to go to bed. So you can't just tell me to go. You can't just tell me that. Much appreciated on your sweet comments, but still. You can't just tell me to leave. I had to be responsible and somewhat professional to actually leave an outro before I can go. Okay? So, without further ado, please make sure you are taking care of yourself. Please make sure you are drinking water, eating food, taking medicine as directed and as intended, and make sure that you are taking care of yourself. I hope you had an amazing day, amazing night, whatever time it is in the world for you. And please make sure you are taking it easy. So, without further ado, I will actually hop off to go get some sleep. And then watch how I'll wake up in 2 hours and be up for the rest of the night. We'll see. We will see. But without further ado, hopefully next time I stream, I'll be streaming on the new laptop. We'll see. I want to try an extended storage first before I do that, so we'll see on that. But thank you all so much for joining. If you enjoyed this video or enjoyed this live stream, please feel free to leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, please feel free to be subscribed to be notified of anything I do. You might have to manually check on posts. But other than that, I will leave you alone for the night. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. And there's some head pats for the road. Bye-bye.